So as I'm recording this on the middle of the afternoon on Tuesday, Facebook and Instagram are down, and they have been for hours. And they're like, yeah, in a little while, probably we'll have things fixed. Well, who knows what a little while means? I mean, am I only going to be able to post this to YouTube in the next days? Ever? I don't know. What does a little while mean? Well, actually, Jesus' disciples are wondering what a little while means in our 5-minute devotional text from John 16:16 to 22. So let me read it for you here. Jesus says, "A little while and you will see me no longer, and again a little while and you will see me." So some of his disciples said to one another, "What is this that he says to us? A little while and you will not see me, and again a little while and you will see me, and because I am going to the Father." So they were saying, "What does he mean by a little while? We do not know what he's talking about." Jesus knew that they wanted to ask him, so he said to them, "Is this what you're asking yourselves? What I mean by saying a little while you will not see me, and in a little while you will see me? Truly, truly, I say to you, you will weep and lament, but the world will rejoice. You will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will be turned into joy. When a woman is giving birth, she has sorrow because her hour has come, but when she has delivered the baby, she no longer remembers the anguish for joy that a human being has been born into the world. So also you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you." So Jesus does answer the question of disciples asked, "What is this little while that I won't be around?" kind of a deal. What is this little while? Well, the most he can say is that that he's going to go away and come back. And that, yeah, it's going to be hard when he goes away, and you're going to be sad. And that is, I don't know, I find that comforting. Because I think sometimes we think that life with God, or being a Christian or following God, if there's sorrow, that means we're doing something wrong. And that's not the truth. Sorrow is a part of life. And sorrow, this particular sorrow that Jesus is talking about, well, for him and for them, it was something that had to happen. Jesus knew that according to the way that he was going to be able to accomplish what he needed to do, what he wanted to do out of love for us, was to die and to go away. And that his disciples were going to be sad about that. Rightfully so. But that's what needed to happen for the joy that he was going to bring them. So guys, sorrow is a normal part of life. It's even a normal part of the Christian life. So if you're in a place right now that's really hard, if you're in a place where you're sad, like regularly, that's not unusual. I mean, if it's really bad, maybe you need to get some help in different ways. But just being sorrowful, that's something that can be a part of life. And it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, necessarily. What's great is that Jesus has promised them that their sorrow would lead to joy. And we know, because we probably know the end of the story, that means him rising again and being reunited with them, and the Holy Spirit living in them forever and giving them this whole new life because of his death and resurrection. And that's true for us too. But what about for the specific things that we may sorrow about? How long is a little while that we have to live with whatever sorrow we are living with right now? Well, I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that this last verse, I think it actually applies to us and to everyone. I'm going to read it again. It applies to the disciples in a specific way, but I think it applies to everyone in some other way. So this is verse 22. I'm going to read it again. Jesus saying, "You have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you. I would say that could happen tomorrow. That could happen today in your specific circumstances, but that could even happen in some really big ways. One, he says, I'm going to see you again. As Christians, we believe that Jesus is coming again, and he will make everything right. He will make everything better. And no one will be able to take our joy away from us at that time. And, maybe it's the end of your life. Maybe that's morbid to think of. But, hey, then you'll see him, and no one will be able to take away your joy. And maybe it will actually be something in this life, in the present moment, that he will turn something from sorrow to joy. He does that all the time. I could tell you stories from my own life that something hard got turned inexplicably into something super joyful. And that can happen too. But no matter what, there will be a time when your sorrow will turn to joy and no one will be able to take it from you.